Thank you, everybody. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here among such good company, and the relationships that I see in this room, it's just a really nice thing to be a part of. And I'd like to talk about a relationship that I had with somebody over the course of the last 12 years since we started our jobs back in 1999. But before I really started planning this out, I went to a couple of our old students and asked them, you know, what characteristics did you see in Miss O'Neill? And of course, kind, caring, very nice, what a good teacher. But one term that kept coming up throughout all of them is motherly. Each student, not each, but I would say 80% of them brought up the term motherly. And this was interesting to me because that's Gerry to a T. She was always a mother to everybody. She was a mother to her own children, who I got to know as we got older. In fact, when I first had my daughter, and I was scared to death on how I was going to keep her safe for the rest of her life, and I went to Gerry and I said, Gerry, how do you do it? You have such a tight family and everybody's so close with each other. And she just said, Phil, keep them safe, keep them close. That's all you have to do, just keep them close. And to this day, that's the way Gerry is. She keeps her kids close, and they are there to take care of her today, and they've never left her side. She's also been motherly towards our English department. In fact, in my eyes, she will always be the person who kind of looks out for everybody in our department. I'll miss that tremendously. She's a friend to all, who saw limitless possibilities in her students. She was the type of person who could get that kid that walked into a room and say, I don't read books, to read books. But she was also the type of person who you would walk by her room during the lunch period, and she would be running a book club just for students who were interested in reading. That's who Gerry was. She looked out for everybody. Her presence in the high school is going to be tremendously missed for that reason. She brought her motherly sense to the classroom, where for the last 12 years at Harrison, she has seen and affected the lives and touched the lives of over 1,200 students. And if you add her years in New England to that, it's over 2,000 students. In the classroom, she brought the teaching practices of everybody. She kept those on her back. She didn't eliminate anything. She was always open for advice, and for this reason, she had a toolbox of teaching practices. She had a vibrant optimism about her that both students and colleagues and administrators, everybody appreciated this deep sense of selflessness. And that's who she is. She's the type of person who, going back about 4 years ago, I went upstairs and sat at my desk, and Gerry had the unfortunate luck of, when we got hired, we got desks that facing each other. So she had to look at my ugly face every day and listen to my potty mouth jokes half the time. But I once said, you know, I'm starving and all I have is this metal can of soup. And Gerry stood up and walked across, and there's a little sink in the copy room. She dumped out her cup of coffee, which she had in a giant coffee mug, cleaned it out, walked over to me and said, here you go. I said, why'd you dump out your cup of coffee? What are you doing? And that's the type of person she was. You have a half a period left. Heat up your lunch, you know, and that's the selflessness that Gerry brought to our department. And even though she hasn't been dealt the easiest hands in the deck these last few years, she has a philosophy which I thought of as I was driving here tonight. And it's because it was pouring rain as usual. I don't know when summer plans on arriving, but if I had to sum up Gerry's attitude, it's life is not about braving the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about getting through the hard times, but doing it with a very positive attitude. And that's the way she is. In a text and 2 phone conversations this morning, because Gerry really wanted to be here tonight, she asked me to thank all of her friends for her. I said, Gerry, what do you want me to say? You'll know what to do. So I thought about it for a little bit, and I thought about Gerry, and she would want me to have an Irish blessing. So this is the one that I came up with. I didn't come up with it, I found it online. I think these are the words that, if I could say thank you from Gerry to you, it would be the following. And Gerry, if I'm wrong, sorry about that. I didn't know I was being videotaped tonight. May love and laughter light your days and warm your heart and home. May good and faithful friends be yours wherever you may roam. May peace and plenty bless your world with joy that long endures. May all life's passing seasons bring the best to you and to yours. I think that's the best way I can say thank you from Gerry, and Gerry, we're going to miss you. Love you.